Dear students, welcome to another lecture in quality control. Today we are starting a new chapter, chapter 5, Total Quality Management, TQM and ISO standards. That is the title of the chapter. In this we are going to see TQM, Six Sigma and Kaizen, Poka-yoke, 5S technique and ISO 9000, ISO 14000 and introduction of those things. Okay, this is what we are going to cover in this chapter. So the weightage of marks is 6 and teaching hours are 4. Now total quality management, which is very popularly called as TQM, this can be defined as the control of all the transformations of an organization to satisfy the needs of the customer in most economical manner. You see, transformations means there are so many things we are changing, like from raw material is changed into finished product, or so many other transformations also, that the things are changing their state. Okay, we are affecting that. Why? What is the aim? To satisfy the customer. Why satisfy? Should be, why the consumer should be satisfied? Because that is when our company will get the patronage of the customer, and we will be able to survive in the market. Okay, now. Okay, TQM is a consumer-focused management strategy. You see, this is important. Whenever you are talking about quality control, quality assurance, or total quality management, consumer focus. That's why we are doing all this. Okay, so TQM is a consumer-focused management strategy where suitable techniques are applied to reduce the waste, to improve the product quality and better performance of the organization. See, this is TQM is a continuous process. It is not that once we have implemented and that's all, that's enough. It is not a one-time process. It's a continuous process where all activities are carried out for satisfying the needs of the customer or consumer. Okay, TQM uses the fundamental idea of involvement of all staff members in an organization. You see, from the top management to the last person in the organization, everybody is involved, where quality of work of all employees working at all functional areas of the organization is improved. See, TQM involves applications of statistical quality control tools and other quality control tools, along with the self-development and the creativity of the human resource that is available in the company, in the organization. Okay, now principal elements of TQM. See, to start a TQM, it is not a small changes made and TQM is come. See, first we should understand what are the key elements of TQM, because TQM, these elements, they change the attitude and culture within the organization to create a well-defined improvement of products and services. Now the key elements or the principles of TQM are first is customer satisfaction. This is the main thing, this is the ultimate goal of the total quality management. It means that the company should fulfill the needs of the demands of consumers, and these demands, they don't remain constant. Also, consumer, these demands of the consumer or these expectations of the consumer, they keep on changing from time to time, and from time to time, and based on environment, based upon fashion, based on standard of living, these expectations of the consumer, they change. These needs of the consumer, these demands of the consumer, they change. So this is a continuous endeavor. It should be the continuous endeavor of the company to be satisfying the customer. Okay, you see, for example, suitability, reliability, versatility, maintainability, affordability, etc. of the product you know, the customer has some expectations on the basis of for this, and you have to satisfy them. And the second principle is do work right at the first time. The first time itself when you are doing, you should do right. Now let me try, if it works fine, if it doesn't work, okay, we can try, improve, we can adopt a different strategy the next time. That should not be the attitude. The first time what you are doing, it should be correct. According to this principle, no defective parts will be produced, and hence zero defect aim of the TQM can be achieved. See, one of the aims of TQM is zero defect. No defect. No defect should be there. Zero defect means no defect. See, zero defect is achieved by use of statistical process control and by concentrating on the prevention of defectives. You see, you should, you see, the total quality management TQM, the aims at achieving the zero defects. Therefore, there will be no scope for rework and rejection. You see, if zero defects are there, where is the question of reworking, or where is the question of rejection of the part? No, it won't happen. Okay, see, but for that, everybody should work. Okay, the third principle is continuous improvement. You see, it is a continuous, it's ongoing process. It is not one-time process. In order to fulfill the changing requirements or demands of the consumer, to improve the quality, it should be the quality of the product should be continuously improving. The organization must concentrate on various updates regarding new processes, new equipment, new innovations in the field, and the advancements in technology. All these things they should adopt. Then commitment of top management. Is if for TQM, for starting of TQM in a company, it is a complete change, that is needed in the system, and also in the structure of the organization. Okay, see, you cannot say, oh, for ages together we are adopting this only. There is a one general manager under him, one manager is there under him, the assistant manager is there, supervisors, the workers are there. We are not going to change. You should not be like that. You should be willing to even change the structure of the organization. Okay, any change in existing practices is always resisted by the workers. Because man is always resistant to change. But if the management, that to top level management, if they take the initiative, so the workers will fall in line. So even the employees working at top level management also should take. Okay, therefore the top level management should clarify the concept, the policies, the benefits of the company is going to get because of TQM to all the employees, and support their activities to fulfill the mission of TQM. It is not just some middle level management is thinking, oh, well, let us implement TQM. No. It should be the top level management should be willing to adapt and willing to change the concepts, willing to change the policies, willing to change the structure also, the organization also, everything it should be willing to change. See, because the benefits are tremendous. See, then the fifth principle is employee involvement and empowerment. You see, all persons working in the organization should be involved. All staff members should be trained in areas like for improving their skills, for having a positive attitude. And that attitude towards the customer, positive attitude towards the quality improvement, and giving of suggestion system it should develop, and having quality circles and all these things. Everybody should actively take part. Staff members should be sponsored for enhancing their knowledge, and the newly invented working skills at various levels. Workshops should be conducted outside the organization. Staff members should be updated about the recent innovations such as new machines, new processes, and everything. Staff members should be given power and authority to complete their task. You should not interfere with whose permission did it. No, you should not be scolding the workers or the supervisors if they are implementing some positive thing. Okay, they should be given adequate power and authority to complete the task, to complete their tasks and to obtain better results towards the quality improvement. Then the sixth principle is process centered. The process means what? You see the raw material, the inputs, the raw material should be converted into the product, finished good, that is the output. See, in the process what we are doing is number of steps. There are series of steps are involved. This is the process. See, various steps required to carry out each process are well defined. It is not some half-baked knowledge and some rule of thumbs or something like that. Everything is clearly defined, and performance measures are continuously monitored in order to detect unexpected variations. All these things should be clearly defined, and measures are continuously monitored. Performance measures are continuously monitored. Then the sixth principle is integrated system. In an organization consists of various departments, and they will be doing various different types of functions. Okay, but see normally what we have is, generally the structure of the organization is in a vertical manner, starting from chairman, president to the lower level. Whereas structure of TQM is different, is drawn in a horizontal manner, showing the processes arranged in sequence and interconnecting each other. This is the path of TQM to be followed and achieve desired quality. It should not be the age old, this line structure, line organization. See, everybody should contribute. It is more like horizontal. It should be more like we're all equals. It should be like that. It should not be I am boss and you are my subordinate. You are answerable to me. You should take my decision, permission always. It should not be like that. The structure of TQM is in a horizontal manner. Okay. In addition to the above basic principles, it is also based on following principles. What is that? Production process and work methods must be designed consciously to achieve quality of conformance. Then quality must be monitored to identify problems quickly and correct them immediately. Then companies should convey the procedure and results of TQM or the TQM implementation to their suppliers, vendors, to get good quality inputs. They should even know the quality is not only just within the organization, even from their vendors onwards. They have to tell them, you have to convey that we want to our company is going to adopt TQM, or we have already adopted TQM. For that we need such kind of quality goods that are required. Otherwise we cannot receive you. So we cannot accept your goods. Something like that you have to tell. Okay, now benefits of TQM. What is TQM? Sorry, by mistake, here Tom, it is TQM. Okay, advantages unique to TQM. What is that? See, TQM makes the company a leader in the market and not a follower. You see, if you are now implementing TQM, in this true sense, then your company will be a leader in the market. Okay, then TQM forms a closed loop of customers, workers, management. Customers, workers, and management to achieve the objectives of quality. Even customers are included, in that loop. Workers are included, management is included, even suppliers can be included. Such a loop. It's a closed loop. And all these communication channels are open. Always you can take the suggestions. Ask opinions, and all these things you can do. Okay, it makes the company more sensitive and attentive towards consumer needs. You cannot say, this customer will be saying like this only. They are never satisfied. You cannot be just saying one statement like that and going away. That is insensitive way towards the consumer needs. If you want to be sensitive, if you want to be more sensitive and attentive to the consumer needs, then you have to pay to everything that they are saying. Every feedback that they are giving, every opinion that they are giving. Okay, so it makes the company ready to easily adopt the changing techniques. If you're following TQM, no, you won't be sticking to the age-old procedures and other things, but you will it will be these are the advantages unique to TQM. Then benefits to customers. What benefits they are getting? Only a small percent of total number of consumers may face some problems, because most of the products are when we are following zero defect policy. See, almost all will be satisfied. Even if anybody is not satisfied, that such a number will be very little, very small. And even if somebody has some problem, it can be easily repaired, because the number of people who are complaining will be less. Okay, then goodwill of consumers towards the company due to much better response and care taken by the company in resolving their complaints within the short time, and greater satisfaction of the customers. These are all the benefits for the customer. And what is the benefit to the organization? You see, productivity is improving, quality costs are reducing, increased capacity in the areas of problem solving techniques, then improvement in human relations and work area morale. These are the benefits for the organization. And what are the benefits for the staff? Staff are also benefited. See, employee empowerment. Like staff is given authority and power for best quality results. See, that's what I'm saying. You cannot be saying that I am the boss, you have to listen to me. No, it's not like that. Employees, even the workers, supervisors, at their level, they are empowered. Okay, they are given permission to take decisions for the benefit, for improving the quality. Then job satisfaction and interest in work, of these workers and others, lower level people, that increases. And the security of job also. It's job security, job satisfaction, and interest in work, everything improves. Then more training and improvement in working skills for the they will be more skillful. Even if in case somebody leaves, an organization goes away also, he will have such skills in his hand, anybody will pick. That's why some companies, if you say, oh, he worked before in Tata Motors, if you say, they immediately that person will be employed by other companies, because they know that such companies, they follow high quality standards. Okay, then due to more sales volume and hence increased profit to company, TQM helps to reduce employee grievances. Grievances means the complaints of these employees related to salary package. Then a salary package will improve because profit is improving. Then working conditions also will be good, and bonuses, incentives also, they will get better things. Okay, so it is going to benefit the staff also. Then now, salient features of TQM approach. What are the salient features? To identify the changing needs of consumer with time is one of the salient features. Changing needs, it's not only just the need of the consumer, it is the changing need. How is his opinions are changing, how his interests are changing. Then to design a product or service which will meet what consumers want. Then to design a production process based on doing the right job at the first time. Do it right at the first time. Okay, to preserve the records of results obtained after implementing any TQM activity, so that it will be used as a tool for improvement in future. Even keeping the records of the results, you have to keep, so that in future you will be able to revisit and see, you can know how it was and how it is improved and know what we should do. Okay, the necessity for TQM or the importance of TQM. TQM adds value to services offered to customers. All employees should be involved and motivated to carry out TQM activities and commitments. And TQM provides assurance. And the TQM provides assurance that processes are well understood to everybody working in the organization. Everybody should be properly informed. Trainings and other things should be conducted. TQM is economical to both the producer and the consumer in the long time, for a long time. Okay, then reasons for failure. Some people may say we have failed. We have tried to implement TQM, but it didn't benefit us in it at all. We only spent money, wasted our money. You see, lack of commitment from the top management may be one reason because of which it failed. Then focusing on only a few specific techniques and not the entire system, that may be another reason. And TQM program or activities get stopped after training employees because no further implementation is seen due to negligence. Sometimes you see the properly it's not implemented. If the morale is small, if your workers are not, if the workers and law, even the middle level management and everybody, they are not all taking active interest now, and so they begin to do some they will be they neglect some of the things, and because of that negligence it will not be some of the processes will be stopped. Okay, then expecting immediate results after applying TQ, that may be one more reason. You should give it time for anything, any process, any change that you are implementing. You should give it time, and then you should look for results. These may be some of the reasons because of which TQM, some people say TQM failed. Now let us see what is the difference between quality control and TQM. You see, actually I'll show you one figure which we discussed before. Yeah, yes, remember this figure, this we were discussing about the relationship between various quality concepts. You see, inside circle was the inspection, then quality control, then quality assurance, and afterwards we come to TQM. So TQM is containing quality assurance is containing quality control is containing inspection. It's like that. This is a wider concept than quality assurance. So now we are trying to compare quality control QC with TQM. Okay, so now the quality control. Quality control does inspection after the production. See, once the production is completed, then only we do inspection. Whereas here the total quality management, it is more than just after the product is made. Even before that, even from the design of quality, design of the product itself, and design of the production system and everything is involved here. It's a much larger concept than quality control. Then quality control focuses on adverse effects of poor quality. You see here, it is focusing on the poor quality, and the adverse effects because of it. Whereas TQM focuses on identifying and eliminating the causes by which this poor quality is coming into the product. Then quality control is a purchaser. Quality control looks at the customer as a purchaser, whereas here TQM looks at the consumer as a user. Okay, that means in the quality control if once he purchases, that's all. Yeah. Whereas here we are user means it's a much broader term. You see, he is going to use and he is going to give his opinions, he is going to give his feedbacks and everything. He should be satisfied. This is a much more broader word user than a purchaser. Okay, then goal of quality control is to minimize the defects, whereas in TQM it is completely to bring the defectives to zero. That is the goal. Okay, then quality control is the responsibility of those people who are working in the quality control department alone, whereas the total quality management, it is the responsibility of everyone in the organization. And the quality control improving the quality increases cost in case of quality control, whereas improving the quality typically pays for itself in the long run in total quality management. These are the differences. Now let us see methods and activities of TQM. Methods and procedures, everything involved has some kind of methods, some kind of procedures. These give the guidelines for achieving the objectives set by set for because of the TQM. And based on the strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities of an organization, different techniques are required to be identified. These techniques must be interlinked with each other and combined into a single process, clearly indicating priority for the techniques to be applied and adopted. Now, activities involved in TQM. See, teamwork is one thing. This is everybody, all the people who are there. They should have this team spirit, teamwork they should do. Then integration and coordination of all activities of all departments. You have various departments, the product design department, R&D department, production planning, all these departments, there should be coordination between them, and all their functions should be integrated. Then installing a motivation system. Motivation means motivating the human resource that is involved. All the people, workers, supervisors, managers, and everybody should be motivated. Such a system should be developed. Okay. Then maintaining a sound quality system to perform the task, and by maintaining good working conditions. Working conditions also, a company that is implementing TQM, people will proudly display that ours is a ours company adopting TQM. Okay, see, because their working conditions improve drastically, and all the workers also are offered best possible facilities. Okay, why? Because everybody's contribution is there towards the quality. Otherwise, the work done by the workers will affect the quality adversely. Okay, then the techniques of TQM. Various techniques are there. We will not be going into finer details of these things. Techniques of TQM assist in applying the process or method which can identify and measure the extent of wastage in manufacturing industries. And further, TQM techniques are implemented to reduce the measured wastage up to zero. Okay, see, the defects to zero and the wastage to zero. That's what it should be implemented for. Then effective and commonly used techniques are just-in-time, JIT they call, just-in-time, zero defect, re-engineering, motivation schemes, training employees, business process, housekeeping, safety, etc. These are some of the techniques that are used by TQM. Then tools of TQM. Tools of TQM collect data, the facts or data, analyze those things, that data, and present the facts as information to the management. What are those tools? Some of these tools we have seen before also. See, tools of TQM help in selecting the proper technique for reducing and eliminating the wastages. Commonly used effective tools are histogram, frequency distribution, graphs, cause and effect, cause and effect, what is that? Ishikawa diagram. Okay, cause and effect diagram is scattered data and other things. TQM implementation using PDCA cycle. PDCA, actually what does PDCA stand for? PDCA stands for plan, do, check, act. So the first letters of these things is PDCA. Now PDCA is a continuous improvement tool, and hence it is, because it continues, no, it is referred as a cycle. PDCA cycle, they say. You see, it is like a cycle, like, plan, do, check, act. Plan, do, check, act. Otherwise, no, it can be this is a 4-step problem solving typically used for implementing the business process. You see here, you see process flow chart of PDCA. You see, plan it, do it, check it, then after checking it, whether you have to check whether the goal is achieved or not. If achieved, then you have to act upon it. If it is not achieved, then you have to go back to planning stage by modifying the parameters and again do the thing. This is that PDCA cycle. Now let us see what is PDCA all about. Okay, first letter P stands for plan. Plan means, you have to plan means what and why. Okay, you have to identify the problem exactly by using various tools like this the cause and effect diagram. Then analyze that problem, and you clearly define that problem. Then analyze the causes, why the defects are coming, and you have to draft an action plan for solving that problem. Then set the target, that is target. Such a target should be a measurable target and a attainable target. It should not be an impossible goal or target, or it should, but it should be a measurable target. Okay, then identify the stakeholders and develop necessary communication channels to communicate the gain to communicate and gain approval. You see, you have to identify whoever is involved with that problem, with that whichever solution you have found out for that problem. You have to find out whom all we should convey this. Those big people who are involved will be stakeholders. Who will be affected will be stakeholder. Okay, so all those people you have to go and tell them. You have to inform them. The informing, telling, that is communication. Okay, and you have to get their permission. They should say, okay, no problem, you proceed further, then you can proceed. Otherwise, if somebody is objecting, it will cause a problem for us. Then divide or break up overall system into individual processes. This is all into this planning activity. You have to divide and break up the overall system into individual processes. Find out the root causes of the problem by conducting meetings for detailed discussion. That is, this is like a brainstorming session. You conduct a brainstorming session among the members. Then you collect and analyze the data to validate root causes, whatever data you collect and whatever opinions people are giving. All those things you have to do, and you have to analyze also the data and then generate the possible solutions. And after generating the possible solutions, you select the best solution or the most appropriate solution or the feasible solution. It should not only be feasible, but it should be the most appropriate, and you should implement it. And this best solution is the plan. Okay, then verify or revise the original problem statement if needed. Like in a loop again, you have to go and see whether anything is to be changed, and you can change the parameters a little, and then you can do again you can go through the cycle. You see, you have to plan. Okay, the second one is do. Planning, first you plan. Planning is more, some okay, one student wrote, what is planning? Planning means thinking before doing. You see, that is simple definition for planning. If you think before doing, that means, at least you are giving some thought. There are chances that you will be successful. you know Thinking without doing, is only foolishness. Okay, that's what I say. Okay, so everybody should plan, should think before doing. Okay, then the second one is doing. Doing should not be the first. Okay, many people know first to do and then think. See, that's why most businesses fail. Why most businesses, more, so many people. I say entrepreneurs, if they are 100 people setting up industries, or even small shops and other things, they fail. 90% of the people fail. Only maybe 10 people are maybe becoming successful. Why it is like that? Because people know, are they don't want to plan. This first is say, okay, I have money, let us buy this, let us do this. They'll say, first they want to do it. But those people who plan meticulously, more chances are there for them to be successful. Okay, next, do means, you're going to develop and implement the solutions. Then design an experimental or practical setup to test. Actually you have planned, and that plan should be implemented. Okay, the whatever it is, the setup to test the effect of selected solution. Now here you have selected the plan or the solution. Now you have to implement and see. Okay, then you have to collect the data essential, then establish the parameters of design experiment. Now you have to you're actually implementing it, so you have to establish parameters. Then provide education and train all the employees associated in the use of quality improvement methods and techniques. Then describe the process considered for improvement and form project teams to lead the process. Then finally implement the plan and conduct an experiment on limited scale to test the desired and proposed improvements. That means you are trying the trial or pilot runs. Okay, then third is PDCA. In the PDCA, third letter C is check. That means you have to evaluate the results. You have to check, means a comparison is coming. Okay, the comparison. See, in our flow chart we have seen this is P, plan, D, then checking in this activity, then act, PDCA. Okay, so yeah, so C is you have to collect the results obtained after implementation of that best solution that we have found out in the planning stage. Then evaluate the above collected data. Then this is done to find out the extent to which the desired results have been achieved. That means we are verifying whether the what we have implemented is the best solution or not. Okay, whether we are trying to find out whether the plan is successful or not. Okay, if the plan is successful, then proceed further. You have to go to the next level, that is act. Okay, if not, then what you have to do, you have to change the parameters, and again you have to go to the planning thing. Okay, then the fourth one is act. That means you have to implement the full scale solution. Okay, then implementing the full scale solution means if the results of the measurement and analysis are found to be satisfactory during the check stage, the next step is to adopt the changed process by standardization and incorporate the changed process into regular procedures or work instructions. Then implement the improvements in process. Okay, and then The best solution or changed process and improved results obtained after its implementation are documented. You have to make documents also. You have to keep records. You have to maintain files. Okay, and you have to develop something called as SOP. Standard operating. And all employees will be informed on how to handle in future if you have the standard operating procedures. Okay, then you give the training to employees for full implementation. So this is the PDCA. Now benefits of PDCA is benefits of PDCA: daily routine management for individual and the team. This routine will be developed. Then benefit is the people would have found out a best possible a problem solving process. Then project management, they are implementing. Then continuous development is one of the benefits. Then vendors also they develop. Then human resources are developed. People are becoming more informed, more knowledgeable, more skillful. And then the new product development, also they'll be they'll be tuned to adapt to any new product developments and other things. So with this we'll stop today. So we have seen the TQM. Okay, total quality management. We'll meet again in the next lecture. Thank you.